Let's talk about a truth that most men feel but are too afraid to say out loud. Not every woman you meet is playing hard to get. Some are giving you signs, loud signs. But because you've been taught to chase, to prove yourself, to win her over, you completely miss them. You see, women don't walk up and say, "Hey, I want you." No, it's never that obvious, but their body does. Their eyes do, their silence does. And if you've grown up thinking attraction is a battle, not a rhythm, you'll keep missing your shot. Many of you watching this are good men. You don't want to manipulate women. You don't want to hurt anyone. But you're also tired of being overlooked. You've invested in your confidence, your body, your mindset. Now, you're wondering, how do I know when a woman wants me? Not just emotionally, but physically. This isn't about being crude. It's about being aware, because once you learn to recognize these signs, you stop wasting time. You stop trying to convince someone who already made up her mind about you. You start responding instead of performing. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 6 powerful, raw, psychological signs that a woman wants to sleep with you. Not in a manipulative way, but in a deeply connected, sexually magnetic way. And once you learn this, you'll stop chasing and start leading. Let's begin. When a woman wants to sleep with you, she often won't say it outright, but her body will. Her actions will whisper the truth before her lips even dare to speak it, and one of the most powerful signs is her physical touch, frequent, casual, and yet deeply intentional. You see, touch isn't just touch, it's communication, it's vulnerability, it's invitation disguised as comfort. When a woman touches you again and again, what she's really doing is expressing comfort with your energy and curiosity about your body. She's not brushing your arm just to be polite. She's gauging your response. She's watching how you react. Is he nervous? Is he confident? Will he treat this touch as something sacred, or will he misuse it? Let me make this clear. Women don't touch what they fear. They don't linger in the personal space of men they don't trust. So when she finds reasons to be near you, to adjust your necklace, play with your sleeve, or lean so close that her perfume starts to feel like a memory before the moment even ends, that's not random. That's desire, and it's not loud. It's subtle, because a woman's intimacy is sacred, and she doesn't give it to a man who's unaware of himself. Now, here's where most men fail. Instead of noticing the moment, they get distracted, they downplay it. Or worse, they ignore it because they don't want to assume. But by ignoring that language, you're not being respectful. You're being absent. A woman who keeps finding ways to touch you is already fighting her inner voice that says she shouldn't. That she should hold back, that it's too soon, and when you fail to notice her gesture, she'll retreat. She'll think you didn't feel it. She'll second, guess her own openness, because women may test you with their words, but they reveal themselves with their bodies. So, what should you do? You don't need to overreact. You don't need to immediately escalate, but what you must do is notice. You must be present. You must give her the emotional safety to keep being that open without fear of being judged or rejected. You look into her eyes when she touches you. You smile, not a big goofy grin, but a subtle, knowing smile that says, "Yes, I feel it too." And you hold your energy steady. That's where confidence lives, in the stillness between her hand, brushing your wrist and your heart, racing to respond without saying a word. If you really want to know when a woman is ready, when she desires you deeply, pay attention to how often she breaks the physical barrier. Because when she touches you like that, she's not being polite. She's being bold in the only way she feels safe. And that is your cue, not to act impulsively, but to finally see her. Not just as someone pretty beside you, but as someone offering you an invitation through her fingertips. And if you can read that invitation with maturity and respect, everything changes. When a woman is drawn to you physically, she'll often use conversation, not to confess her feelings, but to test your depth. One of the clearest signs she wants you sexually is when she brings up sex in indirect, abstract, or playful ways. And it's never random. She might talk about a movie scene that got a little too steamy, or joke about your dating life, asking how many women you've charmed. Maybe she drops a hypothetical like, "Do you think people can sleep together and still be friends?" These aren't harmless comments, they're probes. And behind every one of those questions is a single thought. Can he handle this energy? You see, a woman who's thinking about being intimate with you is also wondering if you're emotionally safe. She doesn't want to be with a man who turns thirsty at the first mention of the word sex. She wants to know if you're emotionally composed, if you can handle desire with presence, if you can hold space for that tension without making it awkward or desperate. And this is where most men either go silent or go stupid. They either ignore her completely, trying to be a gentleman, or they push the topic further, too eager, too intense. And both of those reactions break the moment, because she's not offering sex. She's offering a conversation that hints at curiosity. When she brings up sex in a vague or indirect way, she's not talking about a scene from a movie. She's talking about you and her, without saying it directly. And she's watching every micro-expression on your face. Do you tense up? Do you avoid eye contact? Do you giggle nervously? Or can you sit in it, stay calm, stay connected, and talk like a man who knows what he wants, but doesn't need to prove it? That's what she's looking for: emotional maturity, grounded presence, the ability to talk about intimacy without making her feel like she's now a conquest. If you pass that test, something changes. She opens up more. The conversation flows differently. She starts trusting you with more of her vulnerability because now she knows. You're not just interested in her body, you're present with her energy. That's what makes a woman want you deeper, not just sexually, but spiritually. So the next time she brings up something that seems off topic or random, and it's layered with a little sexual tension, don't dismiss it. Don't rush it. Just breathe. Listen. Respond with confidence. Speak from your truth, not your ego, because in that moment, she's not asking for a hookup. She's asking, "Are you the kind of man I can give this side of myself to?" And if you answer that with calm, collected awareness, you won't have to guess what she wants. She'll show you. She'll feel safe enough to let you in, because you didn't chase desire. You held space for it, and that's what makes a woman crave you. There's something primal, something magnetic about eye contact, and when a woman wants to sleep with you, it's in her eyes first. Before she ever touches you, before she ever says a word, she looks at you. But not just any kind of look. I'm talking about the kind of eye contact that lingers, that holds, that pierces. A woman who's not interested will glance, smile politely, and move on. But a woman who's physically drawn to you, she stares, and she lets you catch her staring. It's not an accident when her eyes meet yours across the room, and she doesn't look away. That's tension. That's a silent language, and if you don't know how to read it, you're going to miss one of the most obvious signs. Her pupils might dilate. Her eyes will scan your face, sometimes your lips. She might blink slower, lean in a little when you're talking, or just keep her gaze locked while you speak, as if she's drinking in every word. And don't mistake it for admiration. It's desire. It's her way of saying, "I'm imagining something, and I'm wondering if you feel it too." This kind of eye contact is never casual. It's intentional, controlled, delicate. It's her testing whether you're grounded enough to feel the moment. Because any man can get turned on, but not every man can hold tension without fumbling it. That's what she's watching. When she stares at you like that, she's saying, "Do you even see what I'm offering you? Not my body. Not my words, but my energy." And here's the mistake most men make. They look away, not because they don't feel it, but because they're scared of what it means. That intense eye contact forces you to be present, to stop pretending, to stop performing. You're no longer in control, because she's inviting you into a space that's unspoken, vulnerable, and emotionally charged. And if you're not comfortable in that space, she'll pull back, because a woman will never fully open herself to a man who blinks when things get too real. So if you're ever with a woman and you feel that heat, that long, unbroken stare, that moment where neither of you are speaking, but everything feels electric, don't run from it. Don't joke your way out of it. Just be still, hold her gaze, let your eyes speak, maybe smile slightly. Let her know you feel it too, and that you're not scared of what's underneath that connection, because a woman's eyes don't lie. And when she wants you, they stop playing games, they get bold, honest, hungry, and in that moment she's already imagining you together. Not in theory, not in fantasy, but in energy, in breath, in real physical space. When you recognize that kind of gaze and respect it with calm confidence, you won't have to guess how she feels. You'll know because her eyes already told you everything. One of the boldest, clearest signs that a woman wants to sleep with you, but doesn't want to say it out loud, is when she invites you into her private space. And I don't just mean physically. I'm talking about emotional space too. But let's start with the obvious. When a woman asks you to come over, stay a little longer, help her carry something inside, sit on her bed while she folds laundry, she's not just being nice. She's creating proximity, she's giving you access, not because she needs help, but because she wants you close in a way that feels safe to her. Because that's how women express interest. They create space for you, hoping you'll feel the shift. She may not be ready to say what she's feeling, but when she opens her door literally or metaphorically, she's extending a deeply vulnerable invitation. She wants to see if you'll respect it, if you'll notice it, if you'll feel that this moment is different from all the others. And here's the part most men don't understand. She's not testing whether you'll make a move. She's testing whether you know when not to. Because a woman doesn't crave the man who rushes. She craves the one who recognizes the energy in the room and allows it to breathe. The one who can sit on her couch with her late at night, feel the tension building, and still make her feel completely safe. That's when she trusts you. That's when she begins to lean in because now she knows. You're not just chasing a moment. You're present with her energy, and women know when they're inviting you into something more. Her voice might get softer. Her movements slower. She might linger near you longer than usual, sit a little closer, laugh a little lower. These are not random. They're intentional. They're her way of saying, you're different. I want more. But I want you to feel it, not take it. And if you do feel it, if you recognize that you're not just in her room, but inside her trust, you win her on a level most men never reach. Because now, you're not trying to convince her, you're allowing her to feel, and that's where desire turns into action. So the next time she invites you in, whether it's into her home, her car, or just a quiet space away from everyone else, don't see it as a moment to take. See it as a moment to honor. Slow down, breathe, speak less, let the silence work for you, because if she's letting you into her space, she's already letting you into her desire. She just needs to know you won't ruin it by being too fast, too loud, or too needy. And when you handle that invitation like a man who respects the energy, not one who's just after a reward, that's when she chooses you fully. Body, mind, and everything in between. There's a secret language between two people who are attracted to each other, and most of it isn't spoken. It's shown in one of the most powerful, subconscious signs that a woman wants to sleep with you, is when she starts mirroring your body language. Now, this might sound subtle, but it's not. When a woman mirrors you, she's not doing it intentionally. It's biological, it's emotional, it's a reflex when she's feeling drawn to you. Her body starts syncing with yours because, deep down, she wants to be in rhythm with you. And that rhythm, that's sexual chemistry in its earliest, rawest form. So maybe you cross your arms and 5 seconds later, she does the same. Maybe you lean forward and suddenly she leans in too. Maybe your voice softens and hers matches it, like she's tuning in to your energy. This is not random. She's not mimicking you to be polite. She's mirroring because her attraction is slipping through her control. It's the same way people who are in love start to finish each other's sentences, or how best friends start walking in step. It's a sign of emotional connection, but when it's paired with that look in her eye, the touch of her hand, or that tension in her breath, it means she's thinking about more than just conversation. She's thinking about closeness, intimacy, touch, and whether the energy between you two is safe enough for her to express it. But here's the part you need to understand. This is not your cue to jump ahead. It's your cue to pay attention. Because when a woman mirrors you, she's not saying, "Act now." She's saying, "I feel you. Do you feel me back?" It's an unspoken bond. And what she's looking for isn't a physical move. It's emotional calibration. She wants to know that you're aware, that you're conscious of the moment, that you can lead the energy, not abuse it. Most men are too distracted to notice. They're stuck in their heads, thinking, "What should I say next?" Meanwhile, her body is already having a conversation with yours, and they're waiting for you to catch up. So don't rush. Don't break the moment by turning it into something transactional. Just be still, mirror her back, slowly. Let her see that you feel what she feels, that you're not just physically present, you're emotionally attuned. Because that's what separates men who chase from men who attract. One is hungry for something. The other already knows it's coming to him because he's connected, grounded, and reading every signal without forcing a thing. When she mirrors you, she's already opened the door, quietly, gently, carefully, and if you move with grace instead of greed, she won't just let you walk through it, she'll want you to. Because now she knows you're not just a man who notices her body. You're a man who understands her energy. And for a woman who desires you, that is everything. There's a kind of silence that isn't awkward. It's not empty. It's electric, and when a woman wants to sleep with you, this is the silence she gives you. It's not because she doesn't know what to say. It's because words can't carry the weight of what she's feeling. This is the kind of silence that sits heavy between two people. Her body is calm, but her eyes are loud. She's not talking because she wants you to feel her, to read her, to see if you're emotionally mature enough to recognize tension without needing to name it. This is the part that most men overlook. They think silence means disinterest. But with women, especially when intimacy is bubbling under the surface, silence is one of the most powerful invitations. She goes quiet when she's imagining something, when her thoughts are racing but her lips are still. Maybe she's leaning close, breathing softer. Maybe she holds your gaze for a second longer, then breaks it just to test your energy. Or maybe she just sits with you, not saying a word, but not pulling away either. You see, when a woman wants you, she often doesn't know how to verbalize it. Not because she's unsure, but because she's feeling too much, and when she stops talking, she's handing the moment to you. Asking silently, "Can you hold this space without needing to fill it? Can you feel this connection without breaking it with nervous words or awkward laughter?" Most men fail this test. They panic, they start talking about random things, they make jokes, they rush to act like nothing's happening. But something is happening, and it's sacred. That silence is loaded with trust. She's letting her guard down just a little. She's letting the energy speak, because here's the truth: desire, real desire, doesn't always shout. Sometimes it waits, it watches, it breathes, and only the man who's calm enough, grounded enough, and emotionally present enough will feel it for what it is. In that silence, your job isn't to react. It's to respond with presence. Maybe you hold her hand gently. Maybe you just stay close, let your body do the talking. Maybe you look into her eyes and let your own stillness become the message. Because if she's sitting there, quiet with you, and not pulling away, she's already chosen you. She just needs to feel that you won't ruin it by rushing, that you won't cheapen it by pushing. She needs to know that your stillness is stronger than your hunger. And if you can sit in that silence, if you can make her feel safe while her body is speaking louder than her words, she'll trust you with more. Because now she knows you don't just see her,